Company reports show the consumer is still doing well. I gotta say, we look at a lot of data to get a pulse on the consumer, but sometimes the best source is to see what businesses are saying, especially consumer-focused businesses. This past week, we got earnings from several companies that rely on the consumer, and overall, the economy still looks healthy. Uber, for example, reported bookings for mobility were up 18% compared to last year, and bookings for delivery were up 20% compared to last year. I was surprised it's a pretty even split, with mobility accounting for $23.76 billion of revenue in the quarter, and delivery accounting for $21.73 billion worth of revenue. Now, the CEO of Uber, Dara Khosrowshahi, also added, "At this point, we're not seeing weakness in the consumer. It's steady as she goes, and for Uber, that's great news." Shopify also had good news, with Q2 sales surging 31% year over year to $2.68 billion. Shopify president Harley Finkelstein, I believe is how it's said, "So far we're seeing no slowdown from the early tariffs, and that includes up until early August, essentially where we are today. The millions of stores on Shopify are doing really, really well." Also looking at Disney, the company had some weakness in the traditional TV business, but the experiences segment, which includes theme parks, resorts, cruises, and some consumer products, did very well. Revenue for this segment was up 8% to $9.09 billion, and domestic theme parks were even stronger, with revenue up 10% to $6.4 billion. There was an increase in spending at theme parks and higher volumes in passenger cruise days and resort stays. Again, good things for the economy. The CFO, Hugh Johnston, said, "I know there's a lot of concern about the consumer in the US right now. We don't see it. Our consumer is doing very, very well." Now, there are companies reporting softness and concerns, but I do believe the consumer as a whole is still doing all right at this time, especially taking in what we just heard from those major companies. I'm Chase Wilsey with Wilsey Asset Management. If you like these videos, be sure to give it a like or comment. Feel free to check out our other YouTube videos and weekly newsletter for the latest economic news, expert analysis, and market insights.